Hey kids, I'm in the kitchen again today, and I am going to share a recipe I've been working on for about 2 months now to try to get it down to where it's very simple and it works and you get good results. It is basically for something that most of us enjoy, and that is some yogurt. So we're going to be showing you today how we have come up with a good plan and a good way to get good results for some homemade yogurt that you can do in your own kitchen. So let me show you what we got out for the cook. Okay, you just need a few basic tools. This is a 4-quart or so saucepan with a lid. You're probably not going to need the lid, but I've got it on there just for the moment. A half a cup measuring cup, a meat thermometer, and a food scale. And I have been using some organic whole milk because I think that gives us better results, and after some trial and error have come up with this brand that gives us the best results on a good creamy yogurt. And primarily it is because if you look here, it's made just with milk and it doesn't have a lot of those other additives to it. But the most important thing is this right here. It has live and active cultures in it. So this has given us the best results. So I'm going to be showing you how to use that today. To start with, I have put my pan onto my food scale and zeroed it out. If I can get that a little bit better here on the different resolution here. So I've put my pan onto my food scale and zeroed it out, and we're going to measure out 64 ounces of milk. So we're going to watch that puppy right there. I'm doing it on a food scale just because it's a little more accurate, I think, than trying to use a liquid measuring cup or to use like a quart jar to measure. We're almost there. If your hair over, I don't think it's going to make that big a deal, but we want to try to get it as close to 64 as we can. Oh, cha-ching, right on the bunny. So we've got our milk made out. Now we're going to put it on the stove. So I've got the milk onto my stove here. It's an electric, as you know, and I'm going to put this on about 4 to a 5, only because I have found out that if you heat it up too quickly, the milk has a tendency to scorch too quickly, and it doesn't work as well, and we don't want scorched milk. If you scorch the milk, it has a tendency of making the yogurt a bit more runny, and this method here will give you a nice, thick, almost Greek yogurt style thickness. So we're going to just put that on the stove for a while. We're going to let it get up to temperature of 180 degrees. We're going to watch it carefully and just slowly stir it every once in a while so it doesn't stick. So we'll be back in a bit. Okay, kids, it's been about 20 to 25 minutes or so, and I've been checking the temperature periodically here in the milk, and like I said, we want to get it up to 180, so let's see where we are here. We got to be close. Like I said, we've been watching it here just slowly. We're so close to 180. I don't know if you can see that through the steam or not. So we're going to give it another couple minutes here. Like I said, it's really, really close. And at 180, yeah, let's be a minute or two. At 180, we're going to turn the fire off, turn the heat off, and remove it from the heat and let it start to cool. We're not quite there yet. Another minute will be great. Okay. Stir it down here one more time. We should be at 180. The thing to watch, though, is see here at the edges, we just got bubbles. We do not have any indication that the milk is scorched, and that's really important. And if you put a little spoon over top the edge of it, it'll also keep your milk from boiling. And that's another little kitchen hack there. Let's see where we are here. Oh, perfect. Exactly where we need to be at 180. Okay, so we're going to turn the burner off here. And we're going to remove this from the heat on a burner that doesn't have anything on it. And just let it sit there and cool until it gets to 115 degrees. Okay, while the milk's been cooling on the stove, I have prepped 3 quart jars. I use wide mouth because it's simply easier. I got a funnel, which I'm going to be using here. And I'm going to measure out 4 ounces of our yogurt onto our bowl here. So we'll just do that now here. That's what we can do. Oop, just a hair over. That's all right, won't hurt it a bit. Okay, now we're going to check the temperature on our milk. Okay, we want this at 115 degrees and hopefully not drop the thermometer into it. And it's just about 110, which is perfect. Just a hair over, which is good. So we're right at the temperature we want. So what I want to do now is I'm going to move my bowl over here close to my pot here. And I'm going to scoop in 2 ladles full of the milk right into our yogurt here. Just like this, and slowly swirl that around. What we're doing is we're tempering the yogurt. All right, we're going to put 1 more in there as well. It's about a cup. That's what we're looking for here. Again, we're going to swirl that around, try to get that as mixed in as best we can. A whisk would work great too. And as soon as you get that swirled around a little bit, we're going to dump the rest of it in. So I'm going to hand the phone down for just a moment and dump the rest of the milk in the bowl. So I got the rest of the milk in the bowl here. I'm just going to swirl it around a little bit to combine it. And while it's still really warm, I want to get it into these jars. So I'm just going to ladle it in here into my jars like such. And I use 3 quart jars. And try to fill them up about evenly, which is about 5 scoops of this. Because I find that it cools off a little bit better. So I'm going to continue to do this until I have my jars full. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just transport my jars over to my table here. I have it prepped with a towel, and we're going to space them out on this towel. So now that I have them on the towel here, what I'm going to do is to make sure, leave the lids off, and I'm going to cover all of them up completely with some towels. So I want to make sure that they're completely covered up, front, back, around each side or so, and then I'm going to cover up the whole thing again with another towel. So I got them all covered up with a towel, each individually, and I'm going to take another towel or 2 and cover them up completely because it needs to be nice and dark in here for the cultures to grow. So I've got them all covered up, and we're just going to leave these until tomorrow. We're going to check them back in about 24 hours. Hey kids, we're back in the kitchen. It's day 2 of making our homemade yogurt. So let me show you how it turned out. Okay, so we're back on the table. I've got 1 jar missing, as you noticed, because I needed 1 for breakfast. But the other 2 are untouched, and I wanted to show you what happened here. I'll take those off. Take off our covers here. And look at this. Check this out. Look at that. Uber creamy all the way to the bottom. So all you do now is you take this, you put a little bit of, put a lid on it. I've got some lids over there waiting for it. Stick them in the refrigerator. Use it your favorite breakfast, fruit, granola, whatever you want. Sweeten with stevia. Mine tastes great with honey. I had it this morning. And enjoy. This is great. It's very, very simple, very, very easy. And supposedly, you can use this culture to make batches in the future. I haven't tried that yet, but when we do, we'll update the video. I hope you enjoy. Have a blessed day.